Hi, this is Denise of PaperKraftD, and today I'm going to be working on prompts 3 and 4 for Junk Journal January. The prompts 3 and 4 are throwback and tuck spot. So I was thinking I could go over here where I have a natural tuck spot to begin with and use that. So I'm going to use this 2-page spread to do those 2 prompts. Now I am doing 2 prompts together because I'm a little bit behind. It is already the 5th of January and I've just finished prompt number 2 that I posted today. So I feel like I want to catch up a little bit, and I have given myself permission, since this is my practice, to do whatever is going to make me happy and to keep me motivated to keep doing this project on a daily basis. I am not feeling 100% right now. I don't know, I got some kind of bug when we were in Arizona over New Year's. So I'm just, plugging along, and I'm going to do my thing. The throwback aspect of this, because we already showed you the tuck spot, which is this, but I really love this. I have this vintage library card, and it's for the Bobbsey twins, and I thought that was so cute. And you can actually see these are kids that checked this book out. I thought it was just absolutely adorable. So I want to use this. And this is a little bit before my personal time, but this Dick and Jane was definitely something that I used in 1st grade. So these images are meaningful to me, and I just picked this one out here. I really like this little girl with the kitten and this image just right here. So I think I'm going to tear this out of the book, and I'm going to do some fussy cutting and put that on here. So that is kind of my plan. I also have some, this is some kind of almost yellow, it's a little bit yellowed, this tape. And I got this at an estate sale, so it's, kind of an older vintagey packaging tape, and I really like the patina on it. I just thought it was, it's once you unroll it, it'll be super subtle, but I think it'd be really cool. So I want to use this in this as well, and then just see where all this, leads me, what I'm called to do. So so this is kind of the direction that I'm heading right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out of here and start fussy cutting, and I'll just fast forward that because you don't want to watch me cut. That's almost as exciting as watching paint dry. So okay, all right. Okay, so I think I'm gonna like that more or less there. I'm not ready to put it on quite yet. I'm not ready to put this on yet as well. Before I do anything else with this, I want to pull out some of this yellow in that. So I've got these flowers that I printed on clear sticker paper. I want some yellow ones. Actually, I really like this one because it just reminds me of childhood, like picking daisies, or not daisies, but what are these things called? They're really weeds. They're so, I just remember thinking they were so beautiful. All right, so this doesn't have to be too perfect because it's on clear sticker paper. I mean, not that it has to be perfect anyway, but okay. Okay, I think I'll like that there, just kind of sticking out. I keep on saying I'm going to be making simple pages, and this time I am determined to actually make a simple page. I like the yellow tucking out there too, but I think I like it better on this side. Yeah, I think that looks pretty. Okay. So now the challenge is going to be to find the edge of the tape. Oh, there it is. All right, so I'm going to take some of this paper. I had done a whole book challenge. Just any old page is good. I'm being so picky. All right, so I had done a whole book challenge with Tanya from Taddy Treasures, and oof, I didn't mean to do that. Stop. What are you doing? Oof. All right, well, that's kind of what I was hoping to do anyway, but not on that. All right, so now I'm gonna have to just add this on here. That's okay, I was gonna add it anyway. There we go. I really love these because they just, you know, it has that, preserves the, with the transparency, it preserves the writing underneath. I just think it's adorable. So I'm not sure I'll do much more to that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. But my point is that I have had all these book pages left over. From that whole book challenge. And so I've just kind of been okay, that's a little bit too much maybe. Didn't want quite that much in there. I just want like a little, there we go. Okay. All right, I like that. Do more, some other stuff in a minute. Okay, that's enough of that for right now. Let's see, I thought some of this paper might be pretty under it too. But this doesn't do it as easily. It's a thicker paper. All right. And I might have to I don't want it everywhere. I just kind of want it like it is, where it kind of pulls up some of the ink, but not all of it. Yeah, I'll save that for something else. All right. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I like these little blue dots that I'm getting on here. Oh, that looks actually really cool. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. Okay. All right. And I can add some of these little strips here elsewhere. I'm gonna hold on to that. Matte. Use a little bit of this water just to kind of get some of this paper off of here. So I do want it to be still kind of transparent. Okay. Okay. Definitely like this here. I think would look nice. There we go. I think that looks kind of cool. I really like this lighter print that shows up on here too. Let me do something like that. I'm not going to be able to do. There we go. Oh, I like that. Yeah. All right, so you kind of like rip it off like a Band-Aid. It's kind of when you get those kind of interesting design things. All right, there we go. All right, that's good enough. All right, so now I'm gonna just take, so I really like that. Okay, I like that. Well, maybe I should first add a little bit of ink. Gathered Twigs, it's kind of my go-to color. Oh yeah, that looks good. Just kind of makes her stand out from the background a tiny little bit. I don't want to do much more to this. I really love this the way it is. See, the problem I have with these kinds of truly vintage items like this is that I don't want to cover them up. I love the way they look in and of themselves, and I have a block. So I guess that'll be part of my practice, right? Is to, you know, as I go through this month, find ways to embellish things and not hold everything so precious. I look at like artists like Marguerite Miller and and even, you know, Rachel from Roxy Creations, and I'm like, you know, they just, you know, don't seem to have any problem at all, you know, covering things up, you know, and layering stuff up, and I admire that. But yeah, I don't really want to do much more to this. I really like this the way it is. I just love that. It says Hope, the Bobbsey twins of Lakeport, and this is kind of a lake map. I think it's just beautiful. What I don't want to do is take forever to do this page. Okay, so before I go too far down the fabric rabbit hole, I just wanted to look at this again. I feel like this has some red here, like a little pop of red on here would be fabulous. Nothing says to me childhood quite like red rickrack. I'm wondering if that would look good there. Sure, why not? Let's just add that, and that might be all I do on this cute little guy, because there we go. All right, I'll see if I want to add more later, but that's good for now. The other thing that I'm looking at here is that this is kind of a harsh break here. I'm thinking I might want something to kind of bridge this gap there, maybe with a torn edge of some sort. Okay, so I found this writing tablet, and this is not you know, vintage or anything, but I thought this would be kind of fun to maybe include in here. I like this front page, but this is really thick cardstock, so I don't think I'm going to be able to use that, but I might be able to use part of this. I want kind of like a natural torn edge, but I want to keep these letters, so I'm in a bit of a quandary here. So I'm going to use my water pen here on this side so that I can get kind of a nice tear, but it doesn't go beyond where I want it to tear. Because if you just tear it, it could take off some of these letters, and I don't want that. So let's see, I'm just gonna, oof, a lot came out there. Okay, just gonna kind of go like that, let it soak in a little bit, and then just tear it like this. I don't want any of that, these house thingies with the numbers on them. I don't want too much. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'm gonna tear this. I don't want any of that in there. Awesome. Okay. So you can see how that gives just like a really nice kind of natural looking tear. You know, just a different effect than using, you know, the ruler to tear with, which gives you some texture, but not as much of a natural kind of a look. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna glue this on. Okay, yeah, I'm liking the way that's looking so far. Okay. All right, I like this section here and this. This looks really cool. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, I think that's super cute. It just feels like it needs one more thing kind of up in here, maybe to tie the yellows together, get a nice triangle going. So that I cover that because I don't want any of that on there. And I'm just going to use some fossilized amber distress oxide. And I'm just doing this, you know, fairly quickly. Don't want to, you know, belabor this too much more, but I just finished with this glue stick, so I'm just going to use this to do some mark making. Okay, so now I'm just using some Distress Stain spray in antique linen to make drops from the lower left hand corner of the page up until that right. And I'm also adding some Distress Oxide spray in Speckled Egg just to give, you know, a little bit more interest on the page. All right, I want to add a little bit of this, just a little bit of this along here, underneath all of this. There we go. I can cut it off later if I want to, but I do want some of this underneath here. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I'm ready to glue this down. Portion of this so it's a little narrower, and maybe just use a little piece right there. Okay, that's cute. I like that overlaps a little bit right there. That's good. Okay, that's super cute. I like that. Then I'll just take this whole thing right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that looks super cute. Oh, it's got all these little messy strings and stuff. That's super, super cute. I'm gonna add just a little bit of this ground espresso distress crayon, just kind of down in here, just to kind of ground this a little bit more. So I'm basically just going over the bottom area and the areas where there would naturally be some shadows.
to add a little bit more depth and to ground this a little bit more, I'm blending it out with my finger, and then I get the water pen, and in some places I add a little bit of the water pen as well, and then I end up adding a little bit of shadow underneath the little girl's dress in various areas.
And I'm going to use a little bit of this blue Sarasa pen. Just do a little bit of mark making up here.
So I'm using that blue pen to do some mark making in the upper right and lower left corner. And then I also am using a Ranger white opaque pen in the same similar areas.
I'll just use a tiny bit of gesso on this. This is irritating me.
So I start adding a little bit of gesso to that one area where I got a little bit too much of the dark crayon, and it just looked a little odd. And then I just started going crazy with the white gesso. I started adding it to more of the page in various areas to kind of give it a more distressed look.
All right, I totally love that. That's totally what I was looking for. Okay, so I am really loving today's layout, and again, this is for Throwback and Tuck Spot, and again, this is the Bobbsey Twins of Lakeport, so this is a vintage library card, which I love this, and I just, you know, did a lot of grunging up. This pocket or tuck spot I already made, so this is kind of fun to just kind of put that in there. Really love the way that turned out. I like that this, you know, is a little bit the fabric over it a little bit misty, like she's, you know, walking off into the sunset over here. These are her goals. She's got her little kitties and her train with her teddy bear. I just love this. This is just harkens back to childhood, right? I mean, it's just adorable. I love the way this one turned out. I'm gonna add, so this is the danger of this is the, you know, you're never quite done. You know, you got to kind of get to the point where you're just like, okay, I'm done with this now. Let's see. Add a little bit more. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks better because then it's a little more grounded. It doesn't just kind of float up here on the page. And I love the way this texture just, you know, goes off of the fabric like that. It looks so cool. But yeah, I'm actually really digging that. Okay. All right. That's the problem with these things, is that, you know, knowing when you're done. Gotta stick a fork in it. It's done. Okay. Yeah, so I'm really loving the way this one turned out. Completely different mood than the previous 2 days I made, but you know, I like that kind of thing. So you know, this is, you know, this kind of kitschy retro vibe I adore. So I love the little pink stitching on here, you know, kind of goes with little girl, and got the red echoes, you know, and you got a little bit of a, you know, the pink lines in here, and got the blue dots, and this, and the yellows, and then the yellow up here as well. I love the way this layout turned out. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, I hope that you like this video. Consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. and leave me a comment in the description box below. Are you following along with this Junk Journal January challenge? I hope you are, and I hope that you come back and see what I make for the rest of the days, and we can do this together. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming today. This is Denise with PaperKraftD, and craft on.